I try not to cry too much or tear up about stuff because girly. Because I'm a man. Except for like every time there's even slightly sad music or there's a scene in a movie that's just slightly sad or happy. And every time I want to. Aside from all of those times, I don't really do the whole crying thing. But this didn't cause me to cry, but just, tear up with joy. And I want to share it with you. So let me take you back to our morning stream, which is we do our live show in the mornings, do a second show throughout the day. It's crazy. But 10:30 Eastern time, Monday through Friday. Good times. And somebody mentioned that, and I think this can give you some hope in dark times that people can change, their minds can change. A viewer wrote in saying that their mom was converted away from MAGAism because of watching the show. So I asked her, you'll see that play out here from this clip from the show. I said, can you send me more information about that? And she did. And that's what I want to read to you. Please do stick around. I think it'll make you happy. And then someone said, you are why, Katie Baldiga said, you are why my mom isn't MAGA anymore, Luke. Oh, that's awesome. What? Can you, on the website, lukebeaslyshow.com, if you go to the contact tab, could you, if you have time, like give a little bit more information about that? That's so cool. That's just the best. That's the best thing I can hear, that there's actually some needles being moved for people. All right. And she did. Katie wrote in the story. This is just, yes, it's possible. Because sometimes it really can feel like we're just going to be screaming aimlessly forever, but that's not it. You can. And that's why being patient with folks, I think, is important. So here's what Katie wrote in. She said, following up from the morning show. Hi, Luke. My mom and I are huge fans. As I said in chat, I credit you and your videos for breaking her out of the MAGA cultosphere. You have no idea what this has meant for me. You have no idea what this means to me. And I have to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's a long story with a lot of background, but I will try and fail to keep it brief. Now, this is not about patting myself on the back, I promise. This is about giving people hope about people in their life and their capability for change. And a little bit. My mom was never that into politics. Back in the day, my dad was into politics enough for both of them, and I credit him for my ingrained passion for politics and civil issues. Generally speaking, I come from a blue family, one of the bluest of blue states. My dad was very passionate about politics and often couldn't get through an interaction without bringing it up. Same. He would email and respond to blogs and forums on the internet way before it became cool. I'm sure he's been spinning in his grave like a top since 2016. He passed away in 2012. And to me, it's always felt like he missed his moment. What creators like you are doing is the dream of so many people for whom the timeline, technology, and culture didn't meet. Don't let go of this moment. You were doing some of the most important work there is in this historical moment. I hope you know that. You see what I mean? It's like, oh. We're not even to the climax. Sometime after Trump became president the first time, a friend of my mom began sending her videos through Facebook. It started with some like conspiracy-esque videos, then right-wing podcasts, QAnon videos, and clips from nonsense like Alex Jones and others. It was gradual, but like many, she got sucked into the echo chamber, claiming for herself it was just entertainment. She'd send the videos to my brother, who too would get sucked into the pipeline. Being a gym enthusiast and a member of law enforcement, didn't take long for the algorithm to lock him down too. He's still MAGA, much to my chagrin. He's next. They were both deep in the MAGA verse by 2020, and things escalated from there. She and my brother would support him in the 2020 election. No amount of explaining things before worked. Discussions with my brother would often turn into passionate debate, I'll say. After my first nephew was born in late 2022, we stopped discussing politics pretty much entirely. I didn't want my nephews to see their dad in anti-fight, and so everyone stayed in their lanes for the meantime. After it was said Trump could actually win in 2024, I knew I had to pay closer attention. I found your channel on Midas in early summer 2024 before the debate and began following you both religiously. You were talking about everything corporate media wasn't in a clear way and brought receipts for all of it. I was so grateful to find community. When my mom would put her podcasts on close enough for me to listen in, I would listen as long as I could until my brain melted out of my ears. Let me just pause there. This is a really important thing too. And I credit Katie with this, which is being willing to not just ask them to listen to what you listen to, but listen to what they're listening to and where they're getting their information so that you can know what is it. What is it that's motivating them, that they're intrigued with, and which issues and which receipts would matter to them? Because if you're just kind of throwing at them what you find important, often that's just going to bounce off. But if you kind of start to get a sense of what are they motivated by, then your approach to them can be so much more effective. All right, picking up with this, before finally breaking and pointing out the lack of citation or just word salad bunch of nonsense. Didn't work as well as showing her what real coverage looks like. In late summer 2024, I started putting some of your videos up on TV to watch together, usually a video or two after she would get home. At first, just occasionally, then I did so back to back for like a week, reminding her of the things MAGA would ignore or forget Trump did over and over, and showing the coverage of his rallies that wasn't showing up elsewhere, hammering home the possibility her Social Security and retirement could really be at risk. She was going to retire at the end of 2025, but now because of the uncertainty Trump's brought on, she's delaying her plans. Things were adding up. At first, she groaned, but then started paying closer attention. She began asking me to put your videos up more regularly and stop watching the maggots entirely. Our discussions changed. My favorite part was after that week, I backed off. Didn't insist on watching videos, just hung back. She came home a week later and told me, I've made a decision. I'm voting for Kamala. I could have cried. We did it. We broke the orange grasp and saved one. She started asking nearly every day to see what was going on in independent media. She prefers your videos. Yes. Later we tried listening to a podcast from one of her old favorites. Neither of us could make it more than 5 minutes. I finally showed her how to navigate YouTube and find your videos, and I'll often come in and find her catching up on your content. Much better than when I would find her watching Beach Broadcast in X22. Luke, you're a lifesaver. So much love for you and the whole crew. That is Jaden and CBC.
Clean, beautiful Cole.
You guys are the best. You have my permission to discuss this on your channel. Let me know if you'd like any follow-up or more info. It's just, it makes it feel worth it. Even if it was just for all of you who kind of already agree, that's amazing. And I love it. And we've been trying to have more fun lately. So there is so much value to that. And even if it was just our community and it's me and the crew here trying to do what we can to filter what's happening through a more fun filter so that you can then keep up but not go crazy, that's enough for me. But of course, it's so amazing when we get stories like this, and it's hopeful. It gives me more energy and passion to do it, because it can change people's points of view. And it's why I personally try to never give up on people. Sometimes, like I went over in sort of the story of The Grudge, sometimes you do eventually have to give up. But if you can be patient and be kind, it can make a difference. This reminded me of, I guess this was over a year ago now, but Pam Hemphill, who went to prison for January 6th. Nonviolent offenses, but for, probably trespassing or something. And she had a complete political transformation, is now a very incredible activist, and had this to say when we met at a rally.
Hemphill, and I was involved in the mega cult, and if it wasn't for Luke Beasley's podcast, because listening to him helped me get out. Seriously. Thank you, Luke Beasley.
Make sure you're subscribed. Oh, that's an old video. Make sure you're subscribed. What? I don't say that anymore. Make sure you're subscribed. It's just, yeah. So if some people will ask, that's so funny to see old content of me. Some people will ask, because I bring a little bit more of a attitude to everything. Woo! Even when things aren't. Woo! They'll say, kind of, what in your private life are you doing to stay happy? And I can tell you on really bad days, it's clips like that of Pam Hemphill or messages like what we got from Katie that really give me life and make me want to sit here and doom scroll and figure out what we're going to talk about, truly. So thank you all so much, 100 times more than the thank yous you all have so kindly given. And it really is an honor.